Most people don't realize this, but the biggest reason their money doesn't grow isn't their job, their salary, or the economy. It's their mindset. Your beliefs, your habits, and the quiet stories you tell yourself about money are shaping your financial life more than any budget ever will. The truth is, your mind can either build your wealth or sabotage it without you noticing. And if you've ever felt stuck, behind, or frustrated with your progress, there's a good chance the trap isn't external, it's internal. Today, we're uncovering the 25 money mindset shifts that quietly transform how you earn, spend, save, and build real wealth. Before we dive into the shifts, let me share a short story. Because sometimes one moment in someone else's life reveals a truth we've been avoiding in our own. There was a man who checked his bank account every Friday with the same sinking feeling. He wasn't irresponsible, he didn't overspend, and he worked hard. But no matter how much he earned, nothing seemed to change. One morning, after yet another disappointing glance at his balance, he whispered to himself, "What is wrong with me?" But the problem wasn't him. It was the invisible beliefs he had carried for years, beliefs about what he deserved, what was possible, and what money people looked like. The moment he understood that the real trap was in his mind, not his circumstances, his entire financial life began to shift. Change didn't start with more money. It started with a new story. His story is painfully common. We grow up learning math, history, and grammar, but almost nothing about the mindset required to build wealth. And yet, 90% of money is psychological, not mathematical. Your relationship with money determines your behavior with money, and your behavior determines your results. If your mindset is shaped by fear, comparison, shame, or scarcity, no financial strategy will ever feel enough. But when you shift the way you think, when you adopt the beliefs and habits that support financial peace instead of sabotaging it, your entire life begins to change. These 25 mindset shifts aren't theories. They're the patterns shared by stable, wealthy, grounded adults who build wealth slowly, intentionally, and without chaos. Now that we understand why mindset matters more than anything else, let's walk through the shifts that can genuinely change the way you think, act, and build wealth. Let's start with mindset shift number 1. Your financial identity shapes your financial reality. Before you ever earn or invest a dollar, your mind has already decided what level of wealth feels normal for you. If your identity tells you you're someone who struggles, you will subconsciously reject opportunities without noticing. But when you begin to see yourself as someone capable, responsible, and deserving of stability, your decisions elevate to match that identity. Now let's move to mindset shift 2. You don't need motivation. You need systems. Motivation fades as quickly as it appears, and no one builds wealth on emotional bursts. Systems, automatic transfers, scheduled reviews, consistent habits, quietly protect you even on your worst days. When you stop depending on willpower and rely on structure instead, your results become consistent instead of unpredictable. Here's another one that quietly changes everything. Money loves clarity. Confusion is expensive. Most people aren't bad with money, they're just blind to where their money is going. The moment you gain clarity on your spending, on your income, on what truly matters, your entire financial life sharpens. Clarity is power because it eliminates accidental mistakes. And this next shift is just as important. Progress matters more than perfection. Perfection keeps people stuck. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect salary. Wealth doesn't reward perfection, it rewards movement. Every small step you take compounds, while perfection keeps you frozen. Progress, even imperfect progress, always wins. Let's go deeper. What isn't measured eventually disappears. Money slips through the cracks when you're not tracking it. The simple act of measuring turns unconscious decisions into conscious ones. When you start tracking your habits start changing themselves. Now let's move to Mindset Shift 6, Consistency Beats Enthusiasm. It's easy to start strong, but the people who build real wealth keep going long after the excitement fades. A small habit repeated 1,000 times builds more wealth than a big burst of energy repeated twice. Consistency becomes your quiet superpower. Here's a shift that most people never realize until it's too late. Money doesn't change who you are. It amplifies you. If you're generous, money gives you more room to help. If you're chaotic, money gives you more ways to self-sabotage. This is why internal work matters. Your financial behavior grows out of who you are, not what you earn. Another powerful mindset shift you need to hear. Your habits are always voting for your future. Every choice you make casts a vote for the person you're becoming. Small habits may seem insignificant, but they accumulate into a life. When your habits align with your goals, wealth becomes a natural byproduct. Now let's explore a shift that creates long-term stability. Shame is a financial anchor. Shame keeps people hiding from their bank accounts, avoiding hard conversations, and staying stuck in silence. When you release shame and replace it with curiosity, you stop punishing yourself and start improving yourself. Mindset shifts number 10. You can't grow in an environment that shrinks you. If everyone around you is stressed, chaotic, or irresponsible with money, their mindset will quietly become yours. Growth requires space, and sometimes the bravest financial move you can make is changing the room you're in. Here's another one that quietly changes everything. You are not poor. You have poor habits. This shift is liberating, not judgmental. It means your situation isn't permanent. Habits can be rebuilt, routines can be restructured, and your financial life can change dramatically when your daily actions begin to support your vision instead of contradicting it. Let's move to the next shift. Comparison steals future wealth. Every time you compare your progress to someone else's timeline, you rob yourself of focus and momentum. The only real comparison worth making is between who you are today and who you'd like to be a year from now. Let's go deeper. Learning is an asset. Every book you read, every financial concept you understand, every skill you build becomes a seed that compounds over time. Knowledge grows quietly, but its impact grows loudly. Mindset shift 14. Time is your partner, not your enemy. Most people treat time as an obstacle, but time is the multiplier that turns small steps into massive results. When you begin to see time as an ally, urgency transforms into patience and consistency. Let's keep going. Long-term thinking gives you power today. When your decisions are guided by who you want to become in the future, you stop reacting to the noise of the present. Long-term thinking simplifies choices and brings peace to your financial life. Another powerful mindset shift you need to hear: money needs direction. Unassigned money disappears. Money without a job creates chaos. But when you give every dollar a purpose, whether it's saving, investing, or stability, you stop feeling out of control and start feeling in command. Another powerful mindset shift you need to hear: debt is emotional impatience. Most debt isn't caused by emergencies. It's caused by wanting something a little sooner than you were ready to pay for. Understanding this truth doesn't blame you. It empowers you to slow down, breathe, and choose long-term peace over short-term relief. Mindset shift 18. You don't need permission to improve your life. No one is coming to save you, validate you, or tell you it's the right moment to begin. You get to decide when your life changes, and the moment you take ownership, momentum begins. Let's move to the next shift. Discipline is a form of self-respect. Discipline isn't punishment, it's protection. It's the gift you give your future self. When you see discipline as an act of love rather than restriction, it becomes easier to build habits that support your peace. Let's keep going, because the next one might hit close to home. If you don't rewrite your story, your money won't either. Your past doesn't define you, but it does influence you. When you challenge the old beliefs that shaped your financial life, you create space for a new narrative and new results. Now let's explore a shift that creates long-term stability. Your mind sets your ceiling. Income, opportunities, growth, they all expand when your mindset expands. Believing you're capable doesn't guarantee success, but believing you're incapable guarantees failure. Now let's move to the next shift. External chaos reflects internal chaos. When your life feels cluttered, overwhelmed, or disorganized, your money usually mirrors it. Bring order to your inner world and your outer world begins to stabilize. And this next shift is just as important. Being good with money is a learned skill. No one is born understanding budgets, investments, or wealth. These are skills developed through intention and repetition. If you're not good at it yet, it simply means you're early in the process, not incapable. Here's a shift that most people never realize until it's too late. Focus is a form of wealth. When you direct your attention toward what matters most, your results accelerate. Distraction is expensive. Focus is profitable. Mindset shift 25. Everything changes when you believe you can change. The moment you stop seeing your situation as permanent, everything opens. Change always begins with belief, and once belief shifts, your behaviors, habits, and outcomes follow. When you look at all these shifts together, a pattern emerges, one that has nothing to do with luck, talent, or even how much money you make. Real change begins inside. It begins the moment you stop letting old fears, old beliefs, and old stories shape the limits of your financial life. Maybe you grew up thinking money was stressful. Maybe you learned to survive, not to build. Maybe no one ever showed you what stability actually looks like. None of that is your fault. But what happens next? That part is yours. Because every mindset shift you adopt is a quiet declaration. My future will not look like my past. Every small step toward clarity, discipline, and self-respect becomes a turning point. And every time you choose long-term peace over short-term relief, you rewrite the story you once thought you were trapped in. Wealth isn't a destination. It's a reflection of who you're becoming. And when your identity aligns with the life you want to build, everything begins to move. You don't need dramatic breakthroughs. You just need one shift at a time. And from that place, real financial change becomes not just possible, but inevitable. Before you go, I want you to remember something important. Your financial life doesn't change in one big moment. It shifts slowly, quietly, through the choices you make every day. And if today's video gave you even one insight that made you pause, breathe, or see yourself differently, that's already a step forward. If you're ready for more clarity in your own journey, we're building something special, the Trip to Wealth Command Center. It's a simple, grounded way to organize your income, track your assets, and finally see your financial life with calm and honesty. You can join the early access list below if you want to be one of the first to try it. And if this video helped you, check this video next. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need it. Thank you for being here. Take care of your mind, take care of your money, and I'll see you in the next one.